Welcome to Nature Therapy Online. Hello folks, and welcome to episode 19 of Nature Therapy Online. I'm Stephen McCabe, an ecotherapist based in Midlothian in Scotland, and I'm really happy that you've tuned in, so thank you very much for being here. Today I want to follow on from the theme from last week, where we walked through my local woodlands and we went to a river and we focused on the element of water and how we feel when we're near this, really just incredible energy and this life-given element that we take for granted that's in our bodies and is everywhere. And I thought, following on, we might want to move to another element and to spend some time thinking about the element of air and how the air and the wind can be such a therapy when we pay attention to it and we notice it. I think the things that keep us alive are the things that we take for granted. It's almost like the more important something is to us, the less we notice it. We notice the things that are unusual and that stand out and that surprise us. And the basic elements that we live with, water, air, heat and fire, the earth beneath our feet, we take for granted, and yet these are the things that keep us alive. And when we pay attention to them, we realize that just being with them, remembering this miracle that we're actually alive, that this is the key to happiness, to remembering where we are and what we're doing. And so I thought I would start today's episode with a small visualization, and this is something that we can do wherever we are. So you might want to focus on the air wherever it is that you are right now. I imagine that a lot of you will be indoors. Perhaps you're lying in bed, or you're sitting on a chair, or you're chopping up some vegetables. I don't know. I could go through all the possibilities. But I'll leave it there. You might be outside, but I guess a lot of you won't be. But you might be outside also. So I thought we could try this here, wherever you are. But if you're not outdoors at the moment, I would invite you to then just take this outdoors as an exercise later on. So to start, I want you to spend a moment thinking about birds, okay? I want you to visualize them in flight. You might have a favorite bird you want to think about. You might want to picture it soaring. How actually, when the bird flies, the air is as reliable and solid to a good pair of wings as the earth is beneath our feet. And just picture how many birds there are in the world. Imagine how many birds there are in the world. Just think about that for a moment. Imagine how many of them are in high up places, huge trees, on the top of huge buildings in cities, places that people cannot reach. How the air took them up there. Picture your favourite bird just breathing in and out through its beaky nostrils. And then just slowly bring your attention back to that element of air. Maybe you want to spend a moment just right now, where you are, whatever you're doing, paying attention to how the air feels going in and out of your nose. What's the sensation like inside your nostrils? Temperature. Does it carry any scent? Maybe you want to spend a moment now just breathing through your mouth for a moment. How does the air feel inside your mouth? Do you taste anything? What's the feeling like going down through your throat of the air? And what's the temperature like in the room? How does your skin feel? Just take a moment to connect with how the air feels against your skin. If you do this outdoors later or perhaps another time, or you may be outdoors now, paying attention to how it sounds can be so powerful. If it's windy, bringing your mind back to the sound that the air makes when it rubs against your ears, or even if there's a cool breeze, and you can focus in on other sounds that the air might be blowing around, or perhaps it's still. How is that stillness? You can be aware in that stillness, and perhaps if you're indoors right now, aware of how the walls are perhaps protecting from the power of the wind and the breeze. I wonder, wherever you are, if you're able to take your eyes outside of your window for a moment. Or if you are outdoors, if there's a way you can just tune in around and see if you can see any animals or little insects in the air. Right now I'm sitting in my little attic room at home, and I can see there's a tiny little bird bending on the top of a tree, a really skinny little branch on the tree, and this tiny bird is being blown, and now it's flown off. It gave up. It gave up hanging on. It was very cute. But just the power of how the wind affects the bird's behavior and where it goes, where it feels safe. You might want to spend a moment thinking about how this incredible part of nature, one of the most basic elements of nature, affects you and the decisions that you make in life, the places you go, the trips you might make, how we complain about the wind, it's too cold, or, maybe the temperature's too warm and the air is too stuffy where you are sometimes. What other things can you think of? Now, my invitation to you is to go for a walk sometime this week and treat your walk like an air meditation, and think about all of these things as you walk. Think about birds. Take some time to breathe through your nose and through your mouth. The sound of the air, how it feels on your skin, any smells, the animals, the insects, the temperature. And every time your mind wanders, the way our human minds just wander all the time, you just accept, okay, mind's gone for a wander, now we come back to this. And there's a reason I'm doing this, and there's a reason that I bring it up, and that's because it's powerful. Paying attention to the air is good for our mental health. Being aware of where we are is good for us. Remembering that there are these forces out there, these elements that support us and give us life, that are reliable, that are there, can remind us to be grateful, can remind us to cultivate gratitude. And apart from anything else, they can make us present. The air can really make you feel present. And on that note, wherever you are right now, I would just invite you to take a few big, deep breaths with me as we end this episode. So just feel the air going in and out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in and out. And in and out. And one more time, in and out. If this makes you feel calm, even just a little bit calmer, remember you can do this at any time. It's free and it's wonderful. And that slowly brings me to the end of this episode, folks. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And remember that I work online at naturetherapyonline.net. If you're interested in taking ecotherapy further or working online with an ecotherapist over video call or with courses, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have a lovely week. Enjoy nature and all of its beautiful forms and elements. And I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye. Visit me online at naturetherapyonline.net.